Hi everyone, good afternoon. Szia Gergely.
Hello,
Hello. Hi.
I'm just putting on the live stream as well. Jean, may I ask you to check if you see it? Okay, I think the live stream works. Perfect. Then we are ready to go. And Wolfgang is also here. Welcome, Wolfgang. All right, everybody, we still have 1 minute to go. Welcome to our power-up call. We wait a little bit until people are still joining, and then we're going to get started in just a few seconds. All right. Welcome, everybody. It's time to turn it up. Welcome to our monthly power-up call. I still see people are still joining. That's great. Before we get started, let me make you familiar with some of the translation settings. I know we usually have a big crowd of Hungarians with us, so this is why we offer translation also in Hungarian today. And for those who have never been on a call like this, let me make you familiar with the settings first. So if you are joining from a smartphone, whatever that is, whether that is iOS or Android, if you're logged into the Zoom app, please click on those three little dots. When you click there, it gives you the option for language interpretation that you click, and then you tap Hungarian for Hungarian translation. You can mute the original audio so you do not hear the English version in the background, and then you click done. Same goes and a little bit easier for those who are joining through PC. You have this little globe in the Zoom window on the bottom. You click there, you click Hungarian, and then again, please, the best way to do is to click the original, to mute the original audio, so you just clearly hear the translation of Gergely. So this is why I also want to shout out to Gergely very briefly. Thank you for joining us again. And we all know you do a fantastic job in translating our power-up calls from English into Hungarian. Now, for those who do not know me yet, for those who are new joiners today, my name is Katja Pöhlmann. I am a business development manager at ASEA Corporate here in the headquarters in Munich, and I will be your host for tonight. And first thing I want to do, I will give you a short overview what we're going to do tonight. First of all, I want to give you an update on the Go for Gold incentive. It will be very brief, just to give you a reminder about the incentive, and then we will quickly continue to our main part today. We have a very special guest. I'm very happy he's here today. His name is Wolfgang Sonnenburg, and Wolfgang Sonnenburg brings in a lot of experience in the network marketing industry, in total 28 years. So that definitely is a lot. He is not only an entrepreneur, he's also an author, a coach, and a podcaster. And the topics that he is talking about are mainly focusing or circling around personal transformation, and especially personal transformation as a success factor if it's done right in the business of context, but also in life in general. And he has a lot of interesting thoughts to share on next level marketing, on conscious entrepreneurship, and on something he calls next practice. But we will come to that later. And then at the end, I want to give the audience the space for questions and answers to Wolfgang. So if there is something, maybe something that you're observing in the business and you have questions about that, please, during our interview with Wolfgang, put the questions in the chat. And at the very end, we will pick up these questions and Wolfgang will answer them for you. So please feel encouraged to engage in the chat. And for this last part, I also have my lovely colleague here, Shusha. Maybe you can shortly say hello. All of you know her, and she will take an eye on the chat and on your questions.
Thanks
All
for
right.
the welcome. Thanks, Katja.
Thank you for being here and for supporting. Now let's go quickly to our still ongoing Go for Gold incentive. We have announced this incentive in May and it's still running. To be exact, you still have 10 days to go, still 10 days to qualify for prizes within the frame of the Go for Gold incentive. And of course, as the name says, the incentive is about Redox Gold, to be exact, about the volume that the people that you personally sponsor create with Redox Gold. So what counts? What counts is the Redox Gold volume that the people that you have personally sponsored, whether that is customers or associates, and that volume that they create with Redox Gold through their enrollments, through their subscriptions, or through their on-demand orders will be added up and then will count for the volume that you need to qualify for the incentives. And the people with the most volume in the end will, of course, win specific prizes. Let's take a look at those prizes. The prizes are mostly cash reward prizes. And we give cash rewards until spot 50. So as you can see, there's different categories of prizes that you can win. And the spots 1 to 5 can win a cash reward of 1,000 euros. And those from spot 1 to 3 can win an all-inclusive weekend trip. And that trip, and we have already revealed it last week in a communication, but I want to announce it here as well. That trip will go to the lovely city of Athens. I have never been to Athens, so I would be super excited, but I cannot qualify. So it's a really great prize, I believe, and it's supposed to be a very, very beautiful city. And Greece in general, of course, is a lovely country to be and to visit. So still 10 days to go. And if you want to know where you are standing or how the ranking is currently, please go into your virtual office. You have this widget that you see here in the right corner under promotions and programs. And on the leaderboard, you find a ranking. And not only do you find a ranking, you also find the information of how much more volume you would need to be on top. So there's still time, still 10 days, and maybe sometimes it's just a little bit of volume to step up to a higher ranking. All right, so far about the Go for Gold incentive. And now I'm very excited to go over to our main part, which is our special guest, Wolfgang Sonnenburg. I want to say welcome, Wolfgang.
Thank you,
And
Katja. Hello, everybody.
thank you so much for joining this call and for sharing your experience today. I'm very happy you are here. And as I already mentioned, you bring in a lot of experience in total 28 years in the network marketing industry. You are an entrepreneur, you are a coach, you also have written books, you're an author, you have your own podcast, Wolfgang's View. And the topics that you are talking about are around personal transformation, especially also about um, being authentic, about being purpose-driven. You talk about freedom, responsibility, accountability. But all these topics have one thing at heart, and that is coming to inner clarity for yourself and being aligned with your true self. And when I think of that, it kind of also goes back a little bit to our ethos. But before we go deeper into that, I want to ask you, what was your journey in saying, oh, I really want to love to teach about those topics. I want to coach on those topics. This is really important to me. And so take us in a little bit why these topics are so important to you personally and why you also want to share your knowledge around those topics with others.
Thank you, Katja, for inviting me and this introduction. And this is really a question I could talk for years about because the journey is quite long. So, being 73 years now, it was a development. In very early in my childhood, or should I, when we go spiritual, maybe I was once sitting on cloud 27 and deciding what I would want to do on planet Earth in this incarnation. So I guess there was always something in this. But my childhood was more like for me, yeah, what was, I would say simply was not so nice. And I was always looking over the fence. Why were other people having it better? Why don't they have a stress home like I had? So I started very early wondering what it is. And when I discovered something, oh, I then more and more learned to share it. And I started first with a kind of material idea, born in the 50s. Everything was, yeah, after the war, a little bit tight. We had no money. We needed to. And so it's interesting also, you mentioned the author. Wrote my first book was Millionaire Spirit. Then it
Mhm.
was a little bit more about society also. The best is yet to come, gross domestic product. And the third one, which is published, Better the Whole World Against Me Than My Soul. So from material stuff more and more to what is the true self? Why are we suffering or having stress? And so it was also the inner journey because I just wanted to have a happy life.
Mhm.
I'm stressing
Mhm.
myself, though. It was studying and finding it out. And if you allow me, I try to explain it a little bit with. I saw in the social medias, could I call it cartoon or whatever? There were four African kids, really the poor kids in Kenya, wherever. And then you have these bubbles that were talking, and they say, "Do you know that the kids in the Western world, they need, when they go to school, they need to sit very still. They are not allowed to move. And when they want to say something, they need to raise their arm.
Mhm.
Gosh, I don't know. Really? Yeah, and guess what? And they just can't play in nature. No, they need to play with plastic toys, with poisoned plastic toys. And they are not allowed always to be in nature. Gosh, that's the other one. Poor Western kids. I guess we should collect some money and donate to them, huh?
Mhm. Mhm.
So that is some, when you confronted with this, you come ideally, and you're older, you become ideally even more. What is the meaning of life?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And the more you understand how societies are working, if everybody is quiet and not sharing what is really valuable, well, we go still just running for money and hurting us. Yeah.
Mhm.
Nothing
Mhm.
against money, but money is not the purpose of life.
Yeah, yeah. So what is it? What is it for you? It is basically, so you were describing these kids that were still very outside, in Africa, but then these Western kids that have toys that are so consumed by what is in the commercials,
Yeah,
what gives us kind of a direction, what we should play with and what we should do.
yeah.
You say it
Start
drives us
filtering.
away from who we actually are, right?
Yeah, we are so trained to our system from the outside to the inside.
Mhm.
Look what it, like when I was in the 50s, my parents had, well, not only my parents, but most parents didn't have money to buy toys. We could play with a share and say, this is a train, this is a car. We were in nature. We had so much fantasy and creativity.
Mhm.
We were happy. And when I was in Africa, in the poor areas of Kenya, I never saw so many happy kids.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
today you bombarded at Christmas with toys, and okay, at last, the moment you open it, but after 2 days, oh, it's gone. Joy,
Mhm.
because the joy is not on the outside. When I made also a lot of money with network marketing and solved a lot of problems on the material world, I fell in a depression because
Mhm.
why do I live? What, I had no goal. What? And I guess everybody should think about what is important in life.
Mhm.
Maybe you
Mhm.
heard about the top 5 regrets of the dying. The Australian nurse who was 20 years in hospice working with dying people said, in the end, we regret what we didn't do and not what we did. And the main is we didn't live our true self.
Mhm.
That is
Mhm.
one part here also makes a connection to network marketing. Why I love network marketing and teaching this also, because there's not so many possibilities where you can really live freely. Yeah. I just posted on Facebook. I was 20 years sitting for my first school day till the day I was allowed to put the sign lawyer at the door. I was 20 years sitting between walls.
Mhm.
And then
Mhm.
finally I got a certificate. You're allowed to sit the next 20 years between walls.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But so fully, what is natural? And
Mhm.
if we understand that normal is not natural, normal is not loved, then we maybe start thinking a little bit different.
Mhm. Yeah, so there's a lot of things that we say that are normal, but they're actually normalized, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. And when we come back to this, what you've also mentioned, what is natural, what is
Mhm.
true, this, let's say, this being authentic is
Mhm.
also something that you feel is essential if you want to be successful in life, but here in this context,
Yeah.
of course, also in the frame of business. Can you dive a little bit deeper? Why is that?
First of all, we need to define what is success.
Mhm,
What is
mhm,
success in business? And a lot of people say success is just simply looking, oh, big car, whatever, big house and everything. Um, this is a kind of financial or big house success. Success
Mm-hmm.
is just like if you think in cause and effect, everybody is 100% successful.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You really understand in German language, Folge, it follows. Or succeeding is what comes next. Huh? So, so it's just the result of what you created. And in
Mm-hmm.
this way, we are all 100% successful. We don't define it like this. We don't see it like this. And that's why we go also in a trap, because we look just at the effects.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If I don't have the big car, I don't see what I caused that I'm there.
Mm-hmm.
So what is the cause that someone gets this, someone get that? And and then just getting a big car, big house. I'm not sure if we look from the standpoint of human being, or when we talk about next level marketing, huh? We see the different values. It's shifting.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, like the top five regrets that they say, oh, no, I had a big house, but I didn't live my true self. And it's
Yeah.
the top five regrets. No, I didn't share emotions. I was not happy. And there is, you can Google it, the fear of the super rich. They always
Mm-hmm.
stress, oh, what if I lose it? If I lose my position and everything. I had clients, they can't change my job. Why not? I need to earn this money. Why that? Because I have to pay the mortgage of that house. Oh, interesting. Why do you have that house? Now, yeah, what should the neighbor think? Why it's important that the neighbor think? And then
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I'm just working my ass off for the
Mm-hmm.
needs of other people
Mm-hmm.
and not
Mm-hmm.
for my true self.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that is not living from the outside in, from the inside out.
Oh, yes. And this is also something, I mean, first of all, thanks for sharing what you shared so far. And what you say that things have to come with from within first is of course also part of the ASEA ethos, right? Believe, belong, become, believe,
Yeah.
especially believing in myself
Yeah.
first, believing that the way I am, that's okay, so that I can be also authentic.
Mhm.
um, I also know you, and I have shared it, of course, also in the communication before with the audience when we announced you. You had an interview with Tyler Norton about next level marketing, and you went also very deeply into the old world of next level marketing, the new world, which of course talks about that, right?
Mhm.
Old is more on the outside, and the new world is more that we look deeper into how can we be our true, authentic self, so that everything else, the materialistic stuff, comes anyhow, right?
Mhm.
Um, what was important for you to have this interview? And mm, what is your perspective on next level marketing? And why do you think it's important to understand this concept for everybody that wants to start a business opportunity?
Mhm. May I share a screen something? It's
Yes, sure, sure. Can you share?
this context to, I have some shirts here. This one, which are used in the video.
Hmm. In the
Tyler,
video with Tyler Norton in that YouTube
yeah.
podcast. Yes.
And this is so-called Graves model or spiral dynamics. Here the colors, Ken Wilber, a philosopher with the integral philosophy in UK, sorry, in Denver, US, um, use this kind of color. And it's about conscious level. And there's even one below, which is not there, it's just called the beige level. Just imagine like the first people on planet Earth, Neanderthal or whatever, just they was just boof, give me mine. So there was not really a conscious, they were just stealing. And then they decided, alone is so difficult, let's make a tribe. And then we came to the pure level here, and she's tribe survival on the positive side. But it's also, then it's not this tribe against this tribe and everything, the conscious. And always you come, if you stick with one belief level, like Einstein said, the mind who creates this can't solve a problem. Who created the problem there. So you always need to go a level up to solve problems. Well, it gets more complicated or complex, better, not complicated, complex. You need to get a bigger consciousness to solve more complexity. Yeah, if you just live, it's me, it's mine, boom, boom, it's not very complex. Yeah, but if you want to bring the whole society, different values, or now we have cars, or what we ever have, and we need to go up. And amber is then kind of controlling order, the governments, there, what we have, classical compliance. Orange is, oh, we're striving, science, getting more. And green is, if you grow up with parents who were working their ass off and there's no family life, then they say, no, we don't want that. We start with the hippie life and everything. But they don't produce really, really the material world that we all can live. So, and there were we, like the woke, what is it, woke movement, no? Everything is now, we are all hugging each other. And on the negative side, it's unrealistic and they reject the material world. But if you reject the material world, you come in trouble because you live on the material world. So, and these first six, you just mentioned this one is below, this first six, those consciousness, they can see only the conscious of that level.
The first six.
The first six. And you see now we have an American president who is on a red level, America first again. Putin is some similar guy. So they start now both, and we have war. If we want to have peace on planet Earth, a better way to live together, we need to go to a different conscious level, how we live together, organize it different. We need to integrate different levels of consciousness. Like if you're the mayor of a town, it's not just to say, oh, I take only care of 5 years old who want to play in a sandpit. No, there are other people. Yeah. And you need to see also what happens in the next town. You need to think, oh, hey, what plan are we doing? What will it affect the next generation? And therefore, you need to go up and you realize, like climate, no, you can't solve it alone with one tribe. It's a global thing.
Yeah.
And the teal level is the first one which can think the integral level. But it's always as a we level. So red is a me, make me strong again. Then compliance is how we all have to behave. Orange is, oh, what can I invent? Rambos and Rockies. That's the movies who work there. And teal is integrating, but it's mostly the first individuals who go there. But they see the big picture and they want the authenticity, not the integrity. Yeah? And when we see the interview and what Tyler wants, is not just a me company, he wants a we company, and that's a turquoise level. And that's a challenge for network marketing. Like in the interview, we talked also about, he said the compassion plan, not just compensation plan. But if you go to the amber level, yeah, control, governmental control, there you every compensation plan energetically, intentionally is a compliance plan. You're allowed to do this or not. Orange, hey, here, can I do network marketing to get my Ferrari and these? And I don't care so much about the people I can use or misuse downline. And that way I want them that they go for my goal. Yeah, that is the orange level. Competent, striving, and successful. So that's why we need to really be careful what we call success. And the green, yeah, we have a lot of what do you have now? Nice networks. Yeah. Oh, let's hug each other and everything. But it's not so much important what we really change in the world. Besides us. And turquoise, that's why it's a goal, but not most people are there. So I admire someone who says, now we create a network marketing company and really put the level on. We want to go there. Accepting in network marketing integral, okay, maybe we have in the company or we have in the field some who are at the moment, well, their conscious level is maybe quality, consistency. You know, we're talking what is a bottle, how is it, how is the water made, and little bit. So all these quality discussions. Then we have distributors who say, oh gosh, network marketing, I can create an incredible life. I make a million here and so on. Yeah. And then you have with products like ASEA has also, oh, we can heal the world. Yeah. Can I heal you? You have, then you get the therapists in because of that. So they are mostly on that level. So what I want to show is, if I get your question right, so I'll ask again, if we want to do successful business, it makes sense to know where am I on this level, and especially who is in front of me. Yeah? If I have in front of me an orange person, I want to build a big business, and he says, I just want to heal. It's tougher to get them.
Because we're on different levels in that moment.
Yeah, totally different motive to move, get in action.
Yeah. And I think that's sometimes also the challenge in the business that we are, of course, meeting
Every
different
business,
people. They're
every
at
business.
different, let's say, I don't want to say levels, maybe now in this moment, but maybe also different situations in their life. And maybe sometimes also difficult for them at
Yep.
times to get into this reflection mode and
Yes.
to see that there is more to reflect on, maybe, right? I want to. Is there anything else that you would like to add to this question when it comes to these
If
levels?
you feel it's okay, I answered what you wanted to know. It's fine. Otherwise, we can, for success, we can
Okay,
talk a
because
lot.
what I think is quite a nice bridge to this topic, because you also mentioned conscious, and I remember we had a conversation, I think it was like 2 weeks ago, and you were telling me that, oh, you know what, I'm currently kind of reinventing my coaching business. And how do I want to actually call
Mhm.
the things that I'm doing, right?
Yeah.
And then you said, I really like that term that I'm a consultant for
Mhm.
conscious entrepreneurship.
Yes.
And that really stuck with me because a lot of times when I talk to business partners, they say, oh, I would love to meet people that I can enroll in my business and that are
Mhm.
really willing and really conscious about the decision to make this business and also to stay committed and be committed and continue and execute. Um, can you take us in a little bit more what the word, I mean, I think we kind of touched it already, but what means being really conscious mean to you and in the context, of course, also of business?
Yeah. Simply conscious. We also often say it's a kind of similar thing like awareness, but it starts first with awareness. Are you aware of? And if I want that someone is doing something and should be more committed and everything, then I guess I have a lack of awareness or consciousness, because nobody will be committed to you. they're always committed to themselves and what is their values. So you need to understand and get a view what they are committed to, even as a spiritual law of not interference. But it's like if you really want to win the gold medal in judo, it's not really what you don't work only with your energy. You need to work with the energy of the others. That is the trick. Not always against it. So, oh, okay. Um, and this is the awareness. What is my deeper intention? And there you need to start to understand you. The first is understanding yourself. That's why I partly had this chart here. You need to understand we are trained that the brain is super, and because we have a brain, because I think I am, and all of them. But the brain is a limiting factor. The brain is there to limit us, and the brain should be the servant. And we made it wrong. We made a lot of things wrong. Yeah. Mhm. Because if you really, what's all going on in the universe, and some people hear it, that the brain only can take in whatever, what is it, 2,000 stimulus at the same time, whatever thing, and my whole system, millions goes in. But you can't think the millions, so that's why it's limited. Yeah, if you would just be born and you get all the information you see on planet Earth in one moment, tilt game over. Yeah, if a light bulb will get too much energy through, bobs. So that's why we create the limiting factor, and it's our job to learn more, 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 and use it. And we are historically, biologically, we're coming with the reptilian brain. It's just there that we survive. And the neocortex, neo, is new, is fairly new, but can't see what's real and not real. So we really need to train that. Some people meditate, and now I can see and understand so much more. And that is a simple thing. If you don't understand yourself, that's why they for thousands of years say, know thyself. And let's make it a simple exercise, if okay, for everybody. It's a simple exercise, and I will ask you to close the eyes. It's just a simple breathing exercise. And I want that you have the hands like the palm down, and then I will say a turn, and then you make it up, and then you turn again. And you just normal breathing. And watch your breathing. Nothing to do, normal breathing, but you can feel better when you close the eyes. So we start with the hands like that, the palm down, and just breathe. And now turn the hands. And turn the hands again. Okay, that is enough. So did you feel a difference when you turned the hand? Does someone
Well,
felt?
I feel like I was more with myself in
Sorry?
that moment. I
But
was
that's
more
in
with
general, you're
myself.
more with yourself, but turning the hands, and if you watch how you're breathing, are you aware that you're breathing different when you move the hands?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
You, you breathe more deeply or more up here, just by turning the hands.
More up here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, how old are you? How long are we breathing? And why don't we know this? Because we had no focus on that. Most people don't know.
Which are the basic functions
Yeah.
of
And
us, and that help us get
why
back
we,
to us.
that's why we don't know really what is this. Or the other thing is just now we make the opposite. Open the eyes, wide open, very wide open the eyes. Everybody wide open the eyes. And now please be aggressive. It's not possible. Because for thousands of years, open eyes means information in.
Yeah, yeah.
Aggressive means no information in. I just want to hit your head. So that's the simple things. If you don't understand yourself, then it's hard to understand the others, because now maybe for the rest of every prospecting, watch if the person in front of you has open eyes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If they don't have open eyes, they don't want to let information in.
Yeah.
What can you do? And remember, how is the mother feeding the kids first? Mommy has a spoon and mommy makes,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and then they make up. So if you work with more open eyes, the chance is that the others are more with open
Mm-hmm.
eyes. So the more you understand yourself, the easier is it also to understand other people.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's very simple things to get that. Huh?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think we all know people that are, let's say, very stressed. They rush from one thing to the next
Yeah,
meeting or even private events.
yeah,
And they're constantly saying, "Oh, I need to slow down." But then the next second, I have a friend like that. She's saying, "Oh, tomorrow I'm going there," and then the next day I'm going there. Like she's even if it's private things she's doing, she's always under stress and she's never like really with herself.
yeah.
Um, and sometimes I also feel like she's
It,
not aware, she's not even conscious about how she could become more conscious because she's constantly.
yes and no. It's not so much
Mhm,
conscious. She knows that she has stress, and she
yeah.
explains also the stress. But
Mhm,
here comes another point. It's a decision.
yeah.
What is the benefit that she lives like that?
Mhm,
But let's make another simple exercise, and they could feel a difference. Maybe we all close the eyes again. That it's just about that you feel.
mhm,
People often say, it is heavy. It
yeah.
is time. Uh, this it takes time. It is heavy. So now we just change the wording a little bit. I decide how much weight I give this topic. I decide how much time I give this project. I decide the priorities. I decide
Mhm,
how I feel in that moment.
mhm,
So
mhm,
open eyes. But if you feel the difference, if you say it is heavy, it takes time, it's more stressy because you're the victim. It has the power. And the
mhm,
moment you
mhm,
take the power back to yourself, I can decide how I want to feel now. So
mhm.
it's about decision and not that we fly tomorrow.
Can you give a practical tip if how can people get back to their natural power, I say it, or to also to become more conscious? What would you
The first
suggest
thing is,
some, yeah,
sorry, yeah, say,
what would you suggest to someone where you could sense they're not in their, let's say, true self, they're not being authentic? Which advice would you give them?
first of all, get out of the illusion
Mm.
that you don't have the power. You have 100% the
Mm.
power. You use it different. It is what you're programming yourself. If you tell yourself, I have no power, okay, subconscious says, okay, we don't, we use all the power to have no power. We need to suppress everything. Everything when naturally, the plant naturally would grow, the natural kid would crawl around, do things, and now we say, no, you don't use your power. Okay, I need power to suppress it. And it's about what do I really want? And it's just simply about decision. So I check what I have here. Um, we only use the gray mass. The problem is we are trained, like Einstein said, in a school system that we can do right and do wrong. But if we judge the fish by how good he can climb a tree, we are in a problem. And that's why I'm the purpose finding guy or a purpose hacker. Who are you? Don't compare. If you're a blueberry, don't compare yourself with a walnut tree. And don't suffer because a walnut tree is higher. And if you're a walnut tree, don't be shy of, oh gosh, everybody sees me. Just, I am what I am. And then, like I said, I'm an apple, but unfortunately born in the parent family. Yeah? And they tried to make a good parent out of me. That was my childhood. They sent me to parent kindergarten. What would the parent neighbor think about you? So I felt awful because I was not a good parent and have no chance because I'm an apple. But ideally, you find out who you really are. And then when I found out that I'm an apple, I need to make a decision. Do I start now living in an apple life or try to, no, and now I invested 30 years in being a parent, I stay there. Then you end up. So, and that is our school system. That is our school system. We want that you function. And we take all the creativity out. Like the Africans say, gosh, they need to sit still. Not allowed to move, the kids. Yeah. And then we talked about mindset. Mindset alone is not helping. Like just as a symbol, if you have this car, when you sit in, that mindset will not help you alone. The car is not going. So, so we need to understand, yeah, that we are not our emotions. We are not the struggle. We are not the stress. We create the stress ourselves. If we say, oh, my boss stresses me, it's not true. It's always my decision what happens inside of me. Everything is on the outside. Your body chemistry is only influenced by yourself.
Yeah, it's interesting. And it's also what you said about what you mentioned. People should get out of the delusion that they have no power. Actually, everybody can be in control. We can speak, we can move, we can
It
make
is
decisions.
control.
And
They control
unfortunately,
their drama.
yeah, and unfortunately, a lot of people don't see that as a positive thing, but actually it's something very beautiful that you can take control.
You have to.
Yeah.
If you want to have freedom, or if you want to have you control over your time, you need to control your thoughts. You're not controlling your thoughts, you have no control about that. And someone
Yeah.
else will tell you what to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
We are so programmed that we are like the eagles with the chickens. Yeah? Or I guess everybody knows the story with the elephant. The young elephant gets a little chain, and if he is big, he has still the little chain. Don't run away because I can't. Program it. I can't.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fire is something, and he's not thinking, then he can. He has the power, yeah, but he uses his belief. That's why also when we are prospecting, check what is their belief. I guess I have somewhere that also. No, check their belief. Because if they have the belief, I'm an elephant and can't go, you can say, oh, you should have your own circus, you should have your own elephant business or whatever. No, he believes he can't. So if you're not showing him that the chain is not working for him, he is free. Oh, then he can decide what I do when I'm free.
Yeah. Okay, great. Thank you so much for this so far. I still have a question, and it's something that is so you were talking about taking control, and everybody can take control, and sometimes we're limited. or we have limited beliefs. And sometimes those limited beliefs also come, of course, from outside or what we're told to do or what we have been told in the past to do. So there is always this thing of outside. And when we're facing a challenge, let's say in the business context or even in life context, we often try to look at what is best practice. What have other people done that works in such a situation? But there is something that you call next practice.
Mhm.
Can you go a little bit more into that? Let's say I am now an associate and I'm struggling in my business and I don't really know what to do
Mhm.
next.
Mhm.
And I look at business partners that I know. I'm trying to copy what they are doing, but for some reason it doesn't work.
But
Like,
lot of questions already. So
yeah, yeah. But let's stick with next practice and best practice, because the question for
how
someone
do
like
we
that would
go
be,
first?
what would be my next practice?
It depends where you are. I can't say, but allow me to go first to the idea of the outside. We
Mm-hmm.
need to understand there is no outside really.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I guess we're looking all at the screen. I can see you here, yeah, and I have the illusion you are there. I even have the illusion that you are 3D there. But it's totally not true. On my screen is only pixel. It's my training that I see you as a person. It's a training. It's an interpretation of pixels.
Mm-hmm.
And if we all now think about a red apple, if we open up our brains, where will you find the red apple? There is no red apple in the brain.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's all interpretation. As long we are not understanding that there is not really an outside, everything happens inside, and I'm the interpreter. So, but if I believe there is an outside and I'm not interpreting, it is real,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and they can keep me as a slave, as a victim.
Yeah, yeah.
The moment I say, it's a me, oh, let's try the apple green or a yellow banana.
Mm-hmm.
Suddenly we can
Mm-hmm.
think it.
Yeah, so it's basically about going back to what actually works for me.
Yes, and here we come to next practice. So
Mm-hmm.
I learned from a professor next practice in more in business, but he explained it. How was it in school? And you were young, whatever, in first grades, and we did what we call high jump. So in the beginning, we were running straight and jumped, then just straight over it. But then went higher and higher, and I couldn't do it anymore. So then he said, "Oh, let's use a different practice." And it's just, then we call it like, I don't know, in English, scissor. So from the side, one leg and then the other leg.
Mm-hmm.
So, but then you come to a limit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they invented the straddle. So you jump and fly with your stomach over it. And then 68 in Mexico or wherever it was, a crazy guy was running and jumping backwards. How can that be? But that was the next practice to get the next step.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Quality of next step is not what just simply what I do next. So what is the next level? What do I need to do on the next level? That's why Tyler calls it next level marketing.
Mm-hmm.
You
It's
need
also
to do
about, yeah.
next practice. We need to act different there.
Mm-hmm.
The experience. You can not just, I know there is whatever, prosperity flop or whatever, but I still run in the same way. You can't compete them with them.
Mm-hmm. So when you say it's not just next step, it's not, it's next level, also meaning what works for me in how I am and how I operate, not just in the next step, but also in the long run, so that I can actually get to a new and next level.
Yes, for the next level, like
Mm-hmm.
Einstein said, the mind who created it can't solve it.
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
need to really have a next level thinking. You need to have a different awareness to do
Yeah.
it. Yeah, like when I played in the sandpit, that was my whole world. I didn't need to think what happens in the other town. If
Mm-hmm.
you go up and you want to be major, you need to think what happens in the other town.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
We had in Europe in the Middle Age a war, 30 years war, but there was villages they didn't know about it because the war didn't came to this village. Now we're living in a world where we have peace at home, but every evening they bring all the wars from the world in the living room.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And we get, wow, fear because we believe it's in our house,
Mm-hmm.
but it is not. They show you what happens far away. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to get totally clear where I am. What is it, or what I can do?
Yeah. Yeah.
And
I
that to make us also aware, especially here in network. In every country where ASEA is, you find people, they have all the same products, they have the same company, the same compensation plan, but some are failing and some have so-called big success. How
Mm-hmm.
is that possible?
Mm-hmm.
Same
Mm-hmm.
country, same law, everything the same, but not the same result. A lot of people know the film The Secret based on a book, The Science of Getting Rich from Mr. Wattles. And he says it is not so much depending on what you do, how you do it. And that you always will experience, and you can ask, you have contact to all the leaders in Europe, and ask the leaders how many distributors are coming to the so-called successful people, highest ranks, and says, Zoltan, whoever, Seamus, Wolfgang, how do you make it? I want to learn it. Teach
Mm-hmm.
me 3 months and I do exactly what you tell me. They're not coming even to ask.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I was invited, or not just invited, booked really, from an owner of a company, sales, training to do a sales training. There were 90 salespeople. And I just asked, is someone in the room who has difficulties to make appointments, calls and everything? Yeah, yeah. If someone has appointments, if someone has difficulties to just talk, and how do you do it now, the speech on, yeah. Has someone problems when they talk to really close now and get to the end and makes a sale? Oh yeah, hands went up. Okay, just for my understanding, is someone in the room for whom it's easy to make appointments? 90 people, there were some, whatever. Is someone, when you have an appointment and talk and it flows and it's easy. And if you're there at the end, is it easy to make the close, the sale? Yeah. So it took me around 10, 15 minutes and I turned to the owner and said, thank you, that was all what I have to do, nothing I have to do. You have all the competence in the room. You don't need me. Your job
Mm-hmm.
is just bring them together and make it totally clear, 90 people, who is the best? Who is the best of you? And all pointed to one person. And then I asked the one person, how many of the 89 people who all know you are the best, come to you seriously, I want to learn, ask you. Zero.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
People want, most of them, they want to live in their drama. They live their personality. That's why it's not mind shift. You need to have an identity shift. You need to really make a decision. Do I want to be someone who can do this, live with this? Do I
Mm-hmm.
dare to ask? And I got so many, when I did the millionaire workshops, that people, oh, you can come, but they don't want to follow. Who wants really to change their own personal chemistry?
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
is the main thing. And that's why it's about a decision. Are you really willing? And the interesting part is, especially also in network, I had a lot of women saying, I can't sell, I can't sell, I can't talk with strangers. If your kid needs a surgery and the insurance is not paying for it,
Mm-hmm.
you need to knock at 20 doors of strangers to make sure that your kid stays alive. Could you do it? For sure.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it's not about what you do. And we often make the mistake, we teach what to do. But what is it that you not have enough? What the kid is important enough, the why enough, the value for what I'm doing it. I
Yeah.
can take
Yeah.
no's, yeah, even knock at 100 doors for my kids, I do it. If you
Mm-hmm.
don't have something for what you're doing it, and most people have benefits because of their drama, there's a
Mm-hmm.
benefit in. And as long as the awareness is not there, why they have the benefit, they're not changing.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if they would change, oh, is there something? Or to enter the room. It's one of the trainings we did, just enter the room, look at two people. The way you come in the room decides already if you make the sale or not. Huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, here.
Can I just point out a short question because I think it comes and we're almost at the end of the
Yeah, yeah,
time.
well, no, let other people ask. Yeah, yeah, this so much why if we answer their question. Yeah.
And I think it comes a little bit back to what you have been saying. What do you think is the main reason for people to say yes? So this is a business partner who says, "Hey, I have already talked to people now. They know about it." So what do you think does people make say yes?
Like I said, they don't say yes to the business. First of all, I don't
Mm-hmm.
think in business because most people you talk, you can you make your own business. They're afraid of making their own business because what is a business? You need to have a room, you have employees. What is in the subconscious? What is the assumption what a business is? So it's so
Mm-hmm.
much better about talking about, do you like to join the movement? This is the vision we have.
Mm.
So
And
share
what is
the vision.
important to you?
Sorry?
What is also important for this specific person?
Yeah. But if you
Mm-hmm.
have a bigger vision, everything is nature. Look at your body. You don't talk to every cell as that you should become my brain. You should become
Yeah.
my brain. You don't go to 5,000 employees of Volkswagen or whatever and says you shouldn't be on the conveyor belt. You should be also on the board of directors. People don't want it. I'm happy that I have some cells who make the knee. Some makes the little finger or the big toe. Why should I tell my big toe you should be the kidney?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so and we try to teach them because it's our neediness. But if we have the vision, because the product is important, it should be in every household. We want to explain people that health you can see different. We want to lift up people. We talk about next level with compassion, transformation, and everything. This is the vision we are going for. And I like you to join and work with us on the vision. What is it what you like to contribute? You just want to be an example and a good model using the product and share. what you experience. You want to do a little bit in your area, or you want to take on also the responsibility to teach and help others. So I have simple cells in my body. I have organs in my body. Yeah. So what do you want? Just a cell, an organ, or an own organism? And if we go out there, people often say, we don't want change, and that's not true. Everybody wants change. Everybody loves it better. Everybody loves more. Universe loves more. But we don't like forced change.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
must come from within, yeah.
And if I tell you all about the redox molecules, and you stupid guy doesn't know, especially when you go to a doctor, I know more than you. You studied and have a practice for 20 years. I had 5 minutes introduction to redox and know more than you. But it's psychology. So what do I need to help people, especially when they're for 30, 40 years self-employed and never made a career? How can I imagine they're so excited of making their own business?
Yeah.
So what is the next step? I can help you. But the thing is not about ASEA. It is about their life. That's why also next level is not you for me. So how can we serve servant leadership? And that is actually, people are stuck in their life because we meet so many slaves, I like them call them. They're not really happy. In Germany, we can say there's a Gallup study that only 14% of all employees are at a place where they really love to be. So simple 20/80 rules, 80% are there just to pay bills. They are not there to step up for themselves. I do something what I really like. That's why the top 5 brigades. So we need to support more people. How can I support you that you dare to live your life? ASEA's motto, how can we empower your potential? You allow that we support you, that you live more your potential. What is holding you back? And it has nothing to do with there. When I do presentations, I always say, I want that you go up, live your full potential. Time is the most valuable asset what you have, not money, not health. You can lose money, you can lose health, you can get both back. But time you lost. And if you live other people's life, or if you allow others to dictate what you do, that is suicide. You're not living. What is it what you want to bring in the world? Or did you incarnate to be this slave? Did you incarnate not to dare to live up? Did you incarnate to show your kid how to be a good victim? Is this what you want to train your kids? Or can we support you, your family, that you blossom, whatever flower, fruit you are, be the best apple, be the best rose, but be the best. How can we that you live your full potential? Like the deepest fear poem from Marianne Williamson. Our deepest fear is not that we're mediocre. Our deepest fear is that we are say powerful beyond measures. And it doesn't serve the next if we play small.
Yeah, yeah.
We need more humans who says, yes, I live my full potential, but not my full ego, my nature. Live win-win. Integral is win-win and not win-lose.
Yeah,
How
yeah.
can we support people that they live their potential? And by the way, if you drink the water and have enough, well, you see, you better aligned. It's so much easier to live your true self.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much for this. I have one final question because you were, and then we'll end this call. You were talking about reaching next levels, and we all notice sometimes in life we feel like, okay, where I'm at now is not right anymore. Maybe this used to work for me at some point, but I also change, of course, through this development. And then maybe also new things can work better for me, right? And especially in the sense of business. And you were also talking about, you were thinking about, oh, I need to reinvent a little bit. And so you reflect on yourself a lot also, I guess. If I'm
Daily.
at a point where I feel like something is not working for me anymore in my business, especially let's say the associate has a business, something's not going right. What are the kind of questions that I can ask myself to get to the next step?
Mhm. First of all, go back to the intention and then really um, ask the universe, or whatever you do. And like we had it with the spinal dynamics, if you ask on the same level, you don't get it. Then you get always the same answers. You repeat always the same. You say, okay, if I would start totally new, what is
Mm,
the best way to do it? Always, what
ah,
is the best way?
okay.
And it's a
So you,
normal way. You know, when I grew up, then one day we had the first TV. And what was a TV program? Early 60s. Today I have whatever channels. I don't care anymore if I want to see Formula One. I don't care when I'm home because I can
Mhm,
see when I come home. Gosh, when there was a time I need to be there, otherwise I don't see it. So
mhm,
everywhere is something. Now comes artificial intelligence. Everything is new. Life
mhm,
is always changing. If I have the belief I don't need to change, then I'm in a trap, I'm in illusion. So
mhm.
what is what I can do now better to serve?
Okay.
Yeah,
So you would basically say try to put the old patterns aside and really start like white paper.
maybe yeah is one thing.
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
So
How
it's
would
always
what would I do now if I would not have all these distractions from what I have been currently
not
doing?
negative, not negative. Then you get the distractions.
Yeah.
Understand how the subconscious works. If you say
Mm.
no distractions, you get more of that. But
Okay. Okay.
and you go in the collective field of distractions.
Yeah.
So what is the best, whatever it is, what you desire, to be the responsible leader? We're gonna, what is the best what can do? And then we can
Mhm.
come back here to what also we talked in Montenegro about affirmation or affirmation. Affirmation is always a question. Go out of the saying question. What is it what you really, really want?
Mhm. Mhm.
Then check, is it ego driven? How do I get more people? I did more events, I did this and that, or they don't get them. I am always there for them, but they don't do what I want. Then it's more in a kind of fight with them.
Mhm.
But if
Mhm.
you just says, okay, how can I expand my possibilities to be responsible and a good servant for 10,000 more people?
Mhm. Mhm.
What should I develop for that?
Yeah.
Goes so much more on the energetic level also, not just on the to-do level. Yeah, we didn't
Yes,
talk about
definitely. Mhm.
the
Mhm.
invisible stuff today.
And
Yeah,
energy is felt. Energy is felt.
everything is. That's
Mhm.
why we need to go into the illusion. Like, where is what? What do I see? There's no time management, not really action management. It's just a management of your energy.
Mhm.
I have
Mhm.
stress. I need to do more. Why you have to stress now? You travel tomorrow. Why have stress now?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
this
that's okay. Yeah. All
are
right.
you
I think.
expecting or chasing?
Mhm. 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 Yeah. All
But we
right.
can make at least one day workshop out of it. Yeah.
I know. I know. I just wanted to say that we can talk forever about these
Chance for
things.
someone to ask a question
Yeah.
so that we answer the question that someone really needs an answer for.
I think people, they have just commented. Someone was saying this is wonderful to hear this conversation, just wonderful. By the way, I also received some messages. That is was very good call and very interesting to listen to. I had this one question with the yes that we spoke about.
Mhm.
And I don't know, is there any question still left that someone wants to ask? Then please put it now, or maybe I have overseen it because Shuja had to leave already. Then you still have the opportunity now. Otherwise, like I said, you can you can come from one topic to the
Yeah.
next one with these things. And it's very interesting, right? But I think what is the main takeaway is definitely that also we always have to come back to our true self because this is where our own truth lies,
Yes,
right?
we can come
And
back. We
how we
are there.
feel.
We
Yeah.
are there. We
And
don't
when we
know that.
look at the things that are being practiced now in the there's a lot of meditation courses, a lot of
Yeah,
yoga,
yeah. They're not.
whatever helps one, but all of these things are actually trying to take us back
No,
inward.
it's not true. It's not true.
No.
Most of them is business models and not bringing
Yes,
you
but
to the true self.
mm-hmm,
Yeah? It's covering maybe emotional pain,
mm-hmm,
but the true self has no pain.
yeah,
We are not the emotions. So there's different. We talk. Most question comes from the 3D level, but if you come really from the soul level, then you organize your life different. Because on a 3D level, you're stuck in the problems. Yeah,
yeah,
like in this chart here, um, here you see it. If you have just the lower frequency, really understand if you change your frequency, go, let's see, in this up to a next level of frequency, you don't have the old past. It's just chops. It's just like you change the radio station. If you don't like
mm-hmm,
music, change the radio station, and the new radio station doesn't have the past of the old one. But if you try in the old radio station to change the music in your living room, forget it. It will never work.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
Yeah. But if you change the frequency, you come in a totally different world. And therefore, you need to understand how a universe is working. What 90% of all in the universe is invisible. And we talk in sports from team spirit.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
So you need to so much more on the spirit, the relation, the integration of teams, how they're working. Otherwise, you always have problems.
mm-hmm,
That's
mm-hmm,
why if you understand the laws, everything is so much easier. If you don't understand the laws, you can work your ass off or whatever.
mm-hmm. I have one question now, and then we need to finish the call because we're over time, much over time. But let me address this one last question. How do we change our frequency?
It's you. How do you change the frequency? Make some thoughts. One was a situation when you was really, really sad. What was the worst experience you had in life? Can you go there?
Mhm. Me?
Yeah, no, just can you go there? It was your question. How?
Yeah.
Yeah. So how do you feel then? So can you go to another situation in your life where you feel, wow,
Mm-hmm.
can you
Mm-hmm.
do that? And feel the moment of joy, strength, and hooray again? Can you do this?
I can do it. I think so, yeah.
You can do it. And you did it now in 20 seconds, 30 seconds, or one other fractions of seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Now you know
Mm-hmm.
how to change the frequency.
Mm-hmm.
Just,
Yeah.
yes. The moment you get out of the we questions, the how questions, because if you come up with the how could I do, you program yourself, I don't know it. But you do it every day, changing your mood and frequency.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
200 times.
Mm-hmm. But then it really comes back to knowing yourself. What gives you?
Watching, be aware of you and not all. the outside. There is no outside. You are busy putting labels on the outside.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
hey, how can I stay on my best frequency?
yeah, yeah.
How can I attract people to the wonderful frequency?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, some drama people there interested in having a better frequency.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, with the water, it's easier.
Yeah, yeah. All right, Wolfgang. Thank you so much for all your input. I think we are so much over time.
Oh,
Um, there was a lot to learn and a lot of inspiration to take away from. Thank you
mhm.
so much for this call. We will, of course, put this session online as well. So if there's somebody that you feel like who could benefit from this recording, we will put it by tomorrow on our YouTube channel, ASEA Europe, or you can also rewatch it on the Facebook ASEA Services Europe site.
But if someone has really a need for an answer, you can find me also somewhere.
Okay,
Social
that's good to
media,
know.
potentially. Mhm.
Great. Thank you so much, Wolfgang. Thank you for your
Thank
time.
you
And
for
thank
inviting
you.
me, and all the best. Empower and stop being a slave. Live your true potential.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you.